Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome. I'm Alex, joining you live from sunny Sacramento, California.
And I'm Morgan. It is Tuesday, August 5th, 2025, and great to be here.
Absolutely. Got a lot to unpack today from the world of tech. First off, though, how's the weather looking?
Well, here in Sacramento, it's beautiful, sunny, high of 91 degrees expected, perfect day.
Nice.
Nationally, though, it's a bit more varied. Still dealing with that wildfire smoke, unfortunately. Poor air quality in the upper Midwest, stretching into the Northeast.
Yeah, seeing that too. And some fire weather concerns still out west.
Yep, Four Corners, Great Basin, Rockies. Plus, down south, you've got a flash flood threat in the southeast.
Okay.
And severe thunderstorms possible up in the northern plains. So, yeah, a real mix across the country.
Definitely something for everyone, weather-wise. Okay, quick check on the markets before we dive in. Been a bit of a bumpy ride lately.
Yeah, a little bit red. The Dow closed yesterday at 44,034.51. That was down about 165 points.
Oof.
And looking weekly since last Monday, it's down over 900 points, so about 2% off.
Okay, and the S&P?
S&P 500 also dipped. Closed at 6,301.76, down nearly 35 points yesterday. Weekly, that's almost 96 points, down about 1.5%.
Yeah. Bitcoin too.
Bitcoin also saw a drop, closed at 113,180.59, down about 1.65% just yesterday, and over 4% down since July 29th.
Okay, so market's cooling off a bit. And speaking of things not quite going our way, our San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, tough loss yesterday against the Pirates.
Yeah, 4-5. Just couldn't quite pull it off. Derry Morita got the win for Pittsburgh.
At least Helio Ramos had a decent game, right? 3 for 5.
True. Silver linings. But yeah, still stings a bit. Always next game, I guess.
Always next game. Okay, let's shift from baseball scores to some major tech news. Our first story from the Morningstar today is all about a huge IPO.
Okay, let's get into it. This one's Figma. You know, the design software company. They went public July 31st. IPO priced at $33 a share.
Right. But what happened next was pretty wild.
Didn't just go up, it exploded. Closed day one at $115.50. That's a 250% jump.
250%. That's the biggest first day pop ever for a U.S. IPO valued over $1 billion. Just staggering.
Totally. But then things cooled off a little bit. By Monday, August 4th, it settled back to around $96.73.
Still, I mean, that's nearly 3 times the IPO price, which immediately got people asking, was it priced too low?
Exactly. Because that huge pop, it basically meant Figma and its selling shareholders kind of handed over something like $3.5 billion in value to the initial investors who got those shares.
Yeah, seems weird, right? Why leave that money on the table? Billions of dollars.
Well, this is where the strategy comes in. The report suggests Figma CEO, Dylan Field, he actually chose that lower price. Deliberately.
Oh, why would he do that?
To attract specific investors, long-term institutional shareholders. Think like the big mutual funds, the pension funds.
Ah, okay. The ones who are less likely to just flip the stock for a quick profit, the ones who look at the company's fundamental.
Precisely. He wanted what they call high-quality owners, people who'd stick around, provide some price stability, especially right after going public.
So it's like that house selling analogy you mentioned.
Exactly. Do you price it super high to maybe sit for a while, or price it to sell fast, maybe leaving a little cash on the table but getting it sold quickly? Mm-hmm. Or do you price it strategically to attract the right buyer who'll love the place long term?
Figma went for option 3, sounds like. Aiming for stability over maximizing that initial dollar figure.
Yep, even with that massive pop. But, you know, not everyone agrees with that strategy.
Right. You've got critics like venture capitalist Bill Gurley. He's been pretty vocal.
What's his take?
He called it gross inefficiency. He thinks these big pops basically just transfer wealth from the company to Wall Street banks and their favorite clients. He's a big fan of direct listings instead.
Direct listings, where they just list the shares, no big underwriting deal, avoid some of that pop. Makes sense from his perspective.
Yeah. And then there's the retail investor angle, people like you and me.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get shares in this IPO, forget about it.
Pretty much. The offering was tiny, only 7% of the stock. Demand was insane. Lots of folks on Robinhood and elsewhere apparently only got 1 share.
One share. Shows the hype, but also, wow, limited access.
Yeah.
Really makes you think about getting in on these hot IPOs as a regular person.
Definitely. But then you have another view, like from Matt Sperling at Tigers Financial Partners. He called it a good problem to have.
A good problem?
Yeah.
How so?
His argument is that maybe it was the right fiduciary decision. They secured those high-quality long-term owners, and they got massive positive PR from the huge pop. That buzz and stability might be worth more long-term than the extra cash upfront.
Interesting angle. So the big takeaway here is maybe the IPO game is changing. For these tech companies, long-term stability and the right investors might be more valuable now than just grabbing the most cash on day one.
It really could set a precedent, yeah. Shifts the thinking on what success looks like for an IPO.
Okay. And speaking of new launches and shifting strategies, let's talk streaming. Roku just dropped something new.
They did indeed. A new service called Howdy?
Howdy. Okay, friendly name. What is it?
It's an ad-free subscription video-on-demand service, SVOD, launched in the U.S. And get this, it's $2.99 a month.
$2.99. Wow. Okay, another streaming service. My first thought is, oh, great, another bill. But less than $3. That's like less than a coffee.
Exactly Roku's point. CEO Anthony Wood says it's designed to complement, not compete with, the big guys like Netflix or Max. It's for people who want affordable, ad-free viewing without the $15 price tag.
Okay, that makes sense. There's definitely a gap there. You either pay up for premium ad-free, or you watch ads on the free tiers or cheaper ad-supported plans.
Right. And Roku's already got the Roku channel, which is free with ads, and they bought Friendly TV for live TV. Howdy slots right in as this ultra-low-cost, ad-free option, filling a niche.
What kind of content are we talking for $3?
It's actually pretty decent. Nearly 10,000 hours. They've got deals with Lionsgate, Warner Bros, Discovery, Film Rise, so movies like Mad Max, Fury Road, Elvis, The Blind Side, Dirty Dancing, American Psycho.
Wow, okay. Some solid titles there. And TV shows, too.
Yep. Things like Weeds, Kids in the Hall, plus some Roku originals. It's not going to replace Netflix, but for that price, it's a compelling value add.
Definitely. Where can you watch it? Just on Roku devices?
For now, yes. But they plan to roll it out on mobile and other platforms later, and that reach is huge for content partners. Lionsgate's Jim Packer pointed out Roku has like 125 million daily engaged users. That's a massive audience to tap into.
So Roku's playing a bigger game here. Not just hardware, not just the free channel. They're building out a whole tiered content ecosystem, capturing subscription dollars directly.
Exactly. It's smart. It caters to that subscription fatigue people feel, offering something super affordable. For you, the listener, does this kind of low-cost option tempt you, or are you just done adding any new services?
It's a real question. It definitely makes ad-free more accessible, and maybe it pressures the bigger players on their pricing eventually. Who knows?
Could be. It shows the market segmenting. There's clearly a demand for these budget-friendly, ad-free tiers. Howdy's trying to meet that head-on.
Okay, from IPO strategies and budget streaming, let's shift gears completely to something really cutting-edge in AI, from Google DeepMind.
Yeah, this one is pretty mind-blowing. They've unveiled Genie 3. It's their latest foundational world model.
Foundational world model. Okay, break that down. What does that mean?
Think of it as AI that can create its own simulated reality. Genie 3 can take a text prompt or even just an image and generate a 3D environment you can interact with. Multi-minute videos, 720p, 24 frames per second.
Whoa! Interactive 3D worlds from a text prompt. That sounds like sci-fi.
It's getting closer. And DeepMind sees this as a huge step towards artificial general intelligence, or AGI, human-like AI.
Right, AGI. The AI that can learn and adapt across many tasks, not just one specific thing. How do these world models help get there?
They're crucial for training general-purpose AI agents. The model learns the rules of the world like physics, cause and effect by simulating it. It's not just generating a video, it's building a consistent, interactive space where an AI agent can learn by doing.
Okay, so the AI can live in this generated world and learn from it.
Exactly. And Genie 3 builds on their earlier models, Genie 2 and Veo 3. The big leap here is the interactivity and consistency. The world remembers what happened, it follows rules, but here's the crazy part. It teaches itself these rules. It's not explicitly programmed with physics. It learns by observing and interacting.
It teaches itself how the world works.
Wow. And you can change things.
Yeah, they call it promptable world events. You can use new prompts to add objects, change the weather, put in characters, all while the world stays consistent and interactive. Imagine playing a game where the environment reacts dynamically to your text commands.
That's incredible. So what are the applications? Gaming, obviously.
Gaming, definitely.
Yeah.
Concept proving, dynamic environments. Also education, creating immersive learning experiences. prototyping creative ideas, but maybe the biggest thing, training other AI.
It creates basically unlimited synthetic data. AI agents can learn in these simulated worlds through trial and error, way faster and safer than in the real world. DeepMind showed an example where their Sima agent learned to navigate a simulated warehouse generated by Genie 3. It found the bright green trash compactor just based on instructions.
So it's like AI learning to ride a bike by falling down millions of times in a simulation it created itself.
Pretty much. It allows for what they call embodied learning. The AI isn't just code. It's an agent acting within an environment, learning from experience. This is key for moving beyond simple AI reactions towards actual planning and understanding, getting towards that Move 37 moment for physical tasks, like AlphaGo did for Go.
Okay, but it's not perfect yet, right? There are limits.
Oh, for sure. It's still research preview. They mention limitations, like modeling complex physics isn't perfect, like how snow interacts with a skier. Agent actions are still limited. And it only does a few minutes of interaction right now when hours are needed for deep training.
Gotcha. So work in progress, but the core concept is the breakthrough.
Exactly. Generating interactive, consistent worlds where AI teaches itself physics. That's the huge step. It accelerates the path to AGI by giving AI its own virtual playground to learn in.
Truly mind-bending stuff. The implications for simulation, training, gaming, maybe even how we interact with AI day to day down the road.
Yeah.
It's staggering.
It really pushes the boundaries and makes you think about what intelligence even means as these systems evolve.
All right, so that wraps up our main stories today. We hit Figma's IPO strategy and that whole debate about value versus stability.
Then Roku's new ultra-affordable streaming service, Howdy, shaking up the budget end of the market.
And finally, Google DeepMind's Genie 3, generating interactive worlds and pushing us closer to that goal of artificial general intelligence.
It really shows how connected everything is, investment strategies, our entertainment choices, and the fundamental research shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. Each piece affects real people, real businesses, and ultimately how you navigate the world. From your finances to your downtime to the technology that's rapidly changing everything. Hopefully we help connect some of those dots for you today.
It's a fast-moving landscape, that's for sure. Keeping up is key.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.